Welcome back to another Saturday here at the Phantom Racing League. We're going live from Las Vegas here tonight, expecting a good race. Right now, about 8 drivers in the lineup today. Looking to all have pretty good points days as we look at our points here before this one gets going. Right now, Shack Attack, currently your points leader, up ahead by 15 over that one of D. Allison. Sitting right now in second. McLovin really starting to work his way back up through the points. Was 7th before Martinsville. And now after we just got done doing New Hampshire, he's all the way up into the 3rd spot. And down from second only by about 22. Then Kari staying pretty steady right now in that 4th spot in the point standings. About 10 away from McLovin. Edtho rounding out the top 5 in points. And K2 sitting 6th. Parley sitting 7th with that stage win. He's starting to really close the gap to K2 sitting in 6th. Right now, I think the dominant driver has got to be that 20 of McLovin. He's not currently the points leader, but I have a feeling if he didn't have that DNF, he'd be right up there with him. But it's Parley right now, since coming back, has 5 total stage wins, the most of any driver on the circuit. McLovin, the closest with 4. Shaq, D. Allison, Edtho, all have 1. Oh, I didn't see this, but Clashin has 2 stage wins. Made 1 start, got 2, swept the stages, but couldn't get the win. As right now we're getting ready to start this thing up, by the looks of it. But we're definitely looking forward to seeing this points battle play out.
Yep, I'm getting the invites my way as well.
And we got, now that he's back from doing his stuff, we got Timmy in the booth again.
What is happening? That is a serious question, because I just got back.
Oh, I just did the whole points rundown. I just did a whole rundown of the points, stage wins, and all that. But we're just about ready to start it up. You know, told them where we're at. But yeah, only 8 drivers in here, all the series regulars. No new drivers today.
No, we had a few that were teasing their debut, but unfortunately, stuff tends to get in the way of that sometimes, but we got the familiar faces, so good for our driver. Excuse me 1 second.
Early, scheduled to start on pole position. Kari 2nd, McLovin 3rd, and that's not it. There we go.
It's hard to accept the invite to the lobby when you're constantly getting a bunch of other messages pop up in the way. I'm trying to push the PlayStation, but I'm like, no! Get back to the invite.
I just want to join. Please. But no, Las Vegas is one of those places, though, that we've seen a lot of good racing happen.
Absolutely, and I thought for that reason we would see a bit more of a turnout, and my system is taking a long time to load.
Oh, they ain't starting yet. Now they are. And Parley gonna lead him to the green. Green flag waves at Las Vegas, and what a jump by the 24. Already clears the 22 as they head down into turn 1. And wow, what a lead he has. Holy! Already about 3 to 4 car lengths between him and that 22 who's running in second, but look who's coming, the points leader, the 19, as the 20 of McLovin struggles on the top.
They were getting hectic. Oh, crash! Ed's around. And
oh,
Keith,
no!
who is making his return after being away for the last few weeks, comes back to a lap 2 incident with the 77 of Ed. And I was just going to point out, something happened with the 20 of McLovin, who was fighting for second, and the next thing I know, he is getting forced to the outside. He was getting... He was in the hornet's nest, and he was swatting his arms, trying to get the hornets away from him.
Yeah, he just got loose going in the middle of 1 and 2.
And unfortunately, he got stung is what happened.
Yeah, he went 3 wide, and it just didn't get better from there.
So he was involved, the 77 of Ed, though, Keith involved, and this is only, what, lap 2? Lap 3?
Oh, this is a legitimate race caution. All right. All right, but here we go, getting ready to start it again. We're in the Geico restart zone. Parley leads them down again. Gets a little squirrely. The tires catch grip on the restart. Car, you're going to fall back in line on the bottom. And we'll see if we can get a full lap in. Ooh, the fight between the 20 of McLovin and the 19 of Shack Attack, as they pinch each other down on the bottom through 3 and 4.
It's the battle of Bass Pro for 4th. Looks like they're fighting for the same piece of real estate. Shackett in the 19 and K2 in the 3 car. Ran up into the 3rd lane. Johnny Boy's car looks like he's struggling to hold the bottom as well, but the more they continue to fight amongst each other, the more the top 3 just continue to pull away. McLovin needed his car to fire off so he could get out of that mess, and now he's hitching a ride to the top 2 of the 22 and the 24, who are nose to tail up at the front. Parley and Kari working together.
I'm glad you said something about the Bass Pro cars, because I didn't even notice that. Yeah. Whoa, what happened with the 16? He checked up through 3 and 4. Wow. Old Johnny Boy must have hit a slick patch or something, because he absolutely was off the gas through 3 and 4, and that allowed everybody to his outside to get by. Now that whole second line, or second group, is now formed up. We'll see if they can make their way towards our leaders up front.
Yeah, turns 3 and 4 here are so different than 1 and 2 with how you approach it. Like 3 and 4 feels so much quicker to get around. You can use both lanes on both ends of the track, but they don't drive the same way at all.
So you want to stay, which one would you prefer? Would you want to stay on that bottom side or use that second lane?
I'm going where everybody else is. Draft is important here. I like to run the top lane if everyone else is up there, but if I can be able to stay to the bumper of the car in front of me, I'm going where they're going. And the bottom is the shorter distance around, so it's better to go around the bottom, especially in 3 and 4. Turns 1 and 2, it has its own sets of challenges. I'm not saying it's super difficult, but if you don't have your car set up for the bumps in turn 1, then you're in for a hard time. Especially if you miss it by about a few inches, your car will just shoot up the track like crazy. But stick. And with those 3 cars, they just stuck to the bottom because they didn't have to worry about those bumps.
Oh, Leto's starting to make the move on Shack Attack. He wants to be the leader of this second group. As Shack Attack has been running that second lane. And just like that, this whole second group now 2 by 2. Allowing the 24 of Parley, the 22 of Kari, and the 20 of McLovin to just keep breaking away. Right now, these might be the 3 drivers we could potentially see, barring some kind of wild calamity like we saw in New Hampshire. Those 3 could be the ones fighting for the lead, as Shack Attack is actually falling to the back of this second grouping here.
Shack to the back. And this is the thing, and this is the big struggle when you're in a pack like this, that second pack. When you're 2 by 2, you're not getting anywhere as the top 3 are nose to tail getting away and getting further away as there's a battle for the lead between Kari and Parley. But that second pack, that's basically like a clan without a leader. Everyone agrees that they need to get lined up, but no one can agree who should be the car leading. And right now, it looks like Ed's won that dispute, and everyone's going to be following him to get back up to these 3 right now, as they're going to be side by side. Parley, let's see how much of a run he can have on the outside. Not much, because the 22 textbook side draft into turn 3, keeping him even Steven into that corner. Not really any momentum gain from the 24 on the outside, because the 22 just stalled him out. And that's exactly what Kari needed to do if he needs to fight for this lead.
That's exactly what McLovin wanted to see. Keep fighting amongst yourselves. And if just so happens you make a mistake, well, I'll be here. Take you 3 wide, shoot to the bottom, and take the lead all for myself. But he's just sitting back there and patiently waiting, as I'm thinking this second group might actually be, with all this fighting for the lead, might be closing in a couple inches.
Yeah, McLovin is not the only one who is wanting to see this right now, because they have finally gotten lined up. They're still 2 by 2, and I can already notice they have closed the gap a bit. Ooh, and as I say that, Ed's car looks like he missed the bottom. K2005 down to the apron. That's not where you want to be, as he'll merge back up onto the racing surface in front of the 55 of Keith as they get side by side. So that's going to be a battle here.
Yeah, and I think the front 3 noticed that, because Kari fell right back in line. But now he's going to try to the outside.
Oh, I don't think they noticed that.
Parley too good on the bottom. Oh, they still...
Yeah, I think Kari might have just been regrouping. He's like, I'm going to go for it again.
And this second grouping got all spread out. Now they don't have the advantage, because Keith and K2 have fallen away from them.
Yeah, when K2's car got down to the apron, I don't know if he got loose or chopped or whatever. Like, once his car lost all that speed and he had to get back on the track, that stalled him out. And unfortunately for Keith, he was the next car in line who had to check up for him. Didn't react in time to get around him, so that stalled them both out. So now we're down to this trio, and they don't have that advantage anymore of having more cars lined up. It's now 3 versus 3, pretty much. But now we can see, what kind of car does the 77 have, leading Shack Attack and Johnny Boy?
And that's not to say that those 2 cars aren't cars that you would want to have in your grouping. I mean, you have the points leader in there pushing you along, so it's no slouches. And old Johnny Boy has been relatively
K2's car is really slow right now. He is making a very slow entry to pit road. I don't know. He might have some more problems with that car.
I mean, I don't know what the mandatory pit cycles are.
I don't either. I haven't looked at the...
I want to say seeing as how Parley's fuel light's on, I'm going to say there's one mandatory green for stage 1.
Yeah, so stage 1 is 39 laps. They're past halfway of that now. Parley's fuel light is in fact on. He's signaling. The 22 is signaling.
But look who isn't signaling. The 20 of McLovin. He's stayed up. The top 2 are going to come in. McLovin going to try and push it. Who's going to come in from the second group? Edtho. Boy and Shack Attack both stay out as well. This would allow them to potentially close that gap to the 20s, seeing as how they have each other in the 20s by himself. And I did not pay attention to 20 to see if he's going to come down this time. He does. This should bring the other 2 with him, and they do also come down. So right now, all cars except for the 3 of K2 are all down pit road. And Parley and, oh my God, Kari are on each other's bumper coming off of pit road. They're going to be side by side. This is something you rarely see.
That was one of those classic NASCAR heat instances that we unfortunately can't see in the booth, but they can see behind the wheels of their cars. Is that race out of the pits was so close that they were going through each other. Yep. And they were constantly going through each other, which from our end looked like they were door slamming the heck out of each other.
Mm-hmm.
So it was basically whoever was going to give first or whoever's going to get through their gears quicker. And Parley looks like he won that battle, as he will retain the lead.
Man, you see what one lap does. There's a 20 of McLovin lost a good bit of time on pit road to these 2 that were out front. And the 3 that came down with them, or 2 that came down with them, lost even more time to the 20. But old Johnny Boy, now the leader of this little second group that Edtho is in command of. But the battle right now is still on for the lead, as the 22 has got his windshield full of that black Exalta bumper. – 26 of 39 laps here through stage number 1.
So now, as we have our 2 leaders here, nose-to-tail tandem drafting like old-school COTs at Talladega, it's Parley and Kari, the MFF duo, in charge, in command here at Las Vegas. And right now, I mean, we're only in stage 1. Nobody's really taking any serious gambles yet. They just walked in through the casino door. They're starting off small. No one's really going all in quite yet.
Actually, I got to step away for a sec, so I'm going to hand it over to you to finish off this stage, potentially.
10-4 on that.
And I will be right back.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, you are watching the Phantom Racing League here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. And once again, we race every Saturday night, 9 o'clock Eastern Time. So if you want to tune in for next week and the weeks beyond, if you like what you see, make sure to subscribe and all that other stuff. Click the bell so that way you know when we go live. We especially like that. Give us all of the engagement. So that way we can gain the system. And we can grow big. We could be as big as Mr. Beast. And unlike Mr. Beast, we don't rig our races. We don't predetermine who wins these races. What you are seeing is what is unfolding live. So just for that alone, we should have about 300 million subscribers by now. It is criminal that we don't. So, here's the top two. McLovin pitted a lap later. He pitted by himself. It hurt him the hardest as he is continuing to lose time to the top two. And he's in between a rock and a hard place. If he's trying to win the stage, he would have to force himself to go even slower to find somebody to work with, potentially maybe 2-3 more cars to get the train back going. But unfortunately for him, I think he's already ran out of time, as we have what looks like less than 10 to go. Parley's going to come by to complete lap 32 of 39. Again, he is your leader. Kari second. McLovin in the 20 car is in third. Old Johnny Boy, you're seeing him right here in the Poppy Bank, number 16. He is currently scored in fourth place. Then you got Shack Attack in the number 19 Bass Pro Shops Toyota, running in fifth, completing your top 5 positions right now. Keith right there looks like he is currently in 6th place right now, or 7th. We only have 8 cars on track and I've already lost count. So that's good to know. Here's Ed. He's running ahead of the 55 of Keith on track. So that's 6th. Keith the 7th. And then K2005 with a short pit stop. He will round out the field, and he looks like he should still be on the lead lap. So good news for him is that the stage is almost over, and he'll still have a shot in stage 2 once we get around to that. As we are on board with the battle for the lead. Right now that battle is at a standstill. Nobody's really making any sort of moves right now. Right now, Kari is just thinking about timing. That's all he's really thinking about right now. Parley's looking at his fuel gauge, making sure that he put in enough fuel to make it to the end. Some guys are probably taking the risk of taking less fuel to go faster. And the risky thing about these next-gen fuel tanks is that they tend to run out much quicker. Maybe not so much quicker. The thing with the next-gen fuel tanks is that the fuel sensors, the fuel readings, aren't as accurate as they are on the old cars. So if you take about maybe 20, 22 laps, at least that's what it estimates, sometimes it'll be about 2 to 3 laps off that. So it's basically up to you to use whatever you got to save some of that fuel to get back to your fuel number. Or maybe you have to set up some fuel gear in your 4th gear, so that way you're at a lower RPM heading into the turns, and you're saving fuel that way as well. Now Kari, with the fuel, the draft setting, he is saving a little bit. But my guess is he's probably not worried about that right now. He is just trying to make it around the 24, and with a green and white checkered in his pocket. So we got 3 to go, 2.5 to go. It will be 2 to go. Cross the line now. So 2 laps to go. When does Kari make his move? Maybe a lap early? He's thinking about it. We're really going to ride on board with the Pennzoil Ford. We'll see what Kari is seeing right now. Oh, but he had a bad exit through turn 2. That might be intentional. He might be trying to set up a run now. I don't know. It's kind of hard to set up a run at Las Vegas. He doesn't have a whole lot of help to do that. But he's got a whole lot of room. He is foot to the floor. 1 to go here in stage 1. And a green and white checkered up for grabs between these two men right here. Parley getting potentially yet another stage win. He is on a tear right now in that department. But Kari looking to change that now. Unfortunately for him, he looks to be too far behind. And he's got 2 more turns left. He is hoping maybe the 24 stumbles, maybe he blows a tire. but he's not going to do that. And that is the end of stage number 1, as the rest of the field will cross the line now. And you get a look-see on where everyone else will finish. And that'll do it, stage 1. And here is, once again, your stage winner, Parley, in the Axalta number 24.
Okay, I'm back.
It is Parley. Now, you looked at the points before the race started. I don't know, I don't know if you have them on you right now, or...
Yep.
How many stage wins does Parley have? Because he is on a
5.
tear. And make that 6.
6 stage wins. Holy. Most among active drivers. Next one is McLovin at 4.
That's how he definitely has the longest streak of stage wins, like consecutive stage wins. At least that's what it feels like. Anytime I've been in the booth for one of these races, that 24 car has been at the front at the end of a stage. He's got to win at Texas. And he came so close to winning last week, but he's looking to add to his win total. He doesn't just want those green and white checkered flags. He wants the one that counts. He's got 1 so far, but he needs more. As we're back to green for stage 2 here at Las Vegas. Parley to the front. Kari in second. The rest of the field scattering for positions at the back of the group. That's Keith in the 55, who might have hit the bump in turn 1.
Right now, though, Parley needs all the points he can get, because he's even sitting behind K2 right now for all the series regulars. So he's not even in the 200s when it comes to points. So he is really trying to make up a whole bunch of ground, even though he has those 5 stage wins and that 1 win. It's just all those starts that he ended up missing. About 4 total starts, I believe, he missed out on.
Move for
And
second.
unfortunately,
An aggressive move for second. Look at that. Bumper to the 22. And this is not looking good. We went 1 full stage with a clear forecast, and now the clouds just might be rolling in at a bad time, because we had just started stage 2. Oh, that's really bad.
Yeah, that is really bad.
A unison zigzag from left to right.
I'm going to go look at Parley's stream, seeing if he's seeing the same thing.
Oh, we got a flip and a crash. I think I just saw someone die.
I missed it. No. And that's
and
gonna
it's
bring
so
out the
bad
yellow.
that they're wrecking under yellow. That's how bad it's gotten right now. Oh, no. Ladies and gentlemen, I am not in the mood for this shit again.
Ha ha! Well, the thing is, Parley's stream doesn't look that bad.
Well, maybe it's on my end then. I don't know. Well, you
Right
saw
now
it too, right?
They're what?
You saw the zigzag too, right? I'm not going.
Oh
crazy.
yeah, I did.
Okay.
No, I saw it. I was looking at Parley's stream too to see if it's on Parley's stream, but right now they're wondering about what to do. They're going to see if the caution actually might help with that as we go green again, and by the looks of it,
We got a mix-up here in the running order. Keith and Ed have moved up to row 2.
by the looks of it though, it seems to have helped. I'm not seeing any zigzagging.
If it holds up, this could be a good break. A good move, strategy-wise, for Keith. Restarted third. If he can stay within in the draft, he has a shot to stay with these leaders. And he's pushing the 20 McLovin to the front, around the 24 of Parley on the outside. K2005 and that 3 car is going to go all the way upstairs to find what sort of momentum he can gain off the backstretch.
Keith gonna try and run that momentum with him, but the 3 quick to go to the bottom to try and take that momentum for himself and get by the 55 and move himself on to the podium spot. But don't look now is the 22. Ooh, the 3 throws an aggressive block. Oh, sweet merciful. 16, the 77 into the wall, 77's around.
I think it's scattered
And
showers. We had one pass by, it got clear for about maybe 2 seconds, and now we got another one rolling through. The 3 car is down to the apron, everyone else is still going.
So I'm listening to what they're talking about right now, and I think they're debating on whether or not to continue
I think I know
on
the answer.
this, and that's gonna be redo. And from what it sounds like, it's gonna be 25%. It's not gonna be a 50. Seeing as how we already completed a stage, and you can't do a third. I don't know if, in fact, they're going to do it with stages on.
Yeah, they might have to. They gotta get points for stage 2. So if they do, if they do stages, they gotta disregard stage 1 because they already got the points for that. And if they don't do it, they gotta have a lap, like a set lap to when stage 2 ends and throw a manual caution. I know we did that in another league. So I don't know exactly what the plan's gonna be. Like, this is not ideal. I mean, usually if the lag occurs, it usually happens at the very start or towards the tail end of the race. Usually not beginning of stage 2. That's kind of unusual, even for this game. So they're in a really tough spot right now.
And right now, they're just trying to figure it out. Right now, they're trying to figure out where they were on the track at the time that the lobby died. Ooh, no stages. Think that's what I just heard.
I think Parley might be thinking what I'm thinking. Have the stages
25%,
off.
no stages. With one manual stage for stage 2, yep.
So now we just need to know when that manual stage break is going to occur. And how many laps they're going to have for the final stage, so we can determine how many pit stops they need to make.
So I think they're saying 32 or 33. Lap 32 or 33 is when they're going to throw that manual caution. I think they said lap 32 will be the end of the stage, and 33 they throw the... Lap 33.
So Ed's got the new lobby up. That's almost everybody in. I think they're waiting on
now
maybe
we're just missing
one
the
more.
3 of K2.
Yep.
And he's in. Well, if you need to take a bathroom break, right now is a good time to do it. Did they not send us an invite?
I did not get a single one.
Ha ha ha. Well, luckily there's a cheat trick you can do.
Oh?
Unfortunately, I'm not seeing it. Hold on. Yeah, usually if you're friends with somebody on there, you can like hop on them into their game, but I'm not seeing that. Uh-oh. Fudge.
Well, I mean, there's no guarantee that this lobby is a success either. Usually it takes a few attempts, so this one could also be a bad one. They back out, and then hopefully, as they take their first lap to get lined back up. Right now, we're doing this MRN, PRN, whatever radio station you listen to listen to the NASCAR.
MRN, yeah. The Motor Racing Network.
We're doing this MRN style right now. The car's slowing down, and they're already crashing down the back straightaway, and that's a no-go. As on board of Ed's stream, he's closed out.
Makes sense to why they didn't invite.
It's like they knew. Well, while we wait, shout out to everyone that is tuned in tonight. Any chance anyone here that listening to our race that also happens to be on iRacing, there's a special, like really special, not really special, but like it's different. It's a unique event that they're doing this week. It's the MX500. It's Mazda MX-5 Miatas around Martinsville for 500 laps.
Oh my God!
It's a 500 lap race.
Man,
in
I wish
Miatas.
I could broadcast that.
And oh my, you would have content for days because I looked at the results for these races. The first one that they ran on Friday, the top split, like the best ranked drivers. Do you want to take a guess? 500 laps. Do you want to take a guess how many cautions there were?
55.
God fucking damn it. You actually went with a high one.
Really?
It was 46, but close.
Oh. I was gonna say, I thought I hit it right on the head with that reaction.
I was hoping you would get I was hoping you would guess with like a low guess. Like I did this with our racers earlier before you got here, and they said like 5, someone said like 17, and I'm like, y'all are way off. But you were much closer though, so I'll give you that. I wouldn't be surprised. I'll look at the results. There could have been one that had 55. I would not be surprised.
Oh no, it's Miatas and a bunch of dudes on iRacing, so.
My friend tried to get me to run one earlier this morning. I'm like, I am not doing that.
No! I choose life, dude.
Yeah, we would have ended up, we have similar ratings, so we would have likely ended up in the same split. But luckily for me, he got called into work, so that was cool.
Yay, I have out.
I'm like, thank God.
Alright, we're joining this. One last, if we can get the full dang thing in, or we'll finish stage 2 and call her a night. I don't think that's what's going to happen, because we usually like to get the whole thing in. But lag shower is really making it difficult for this one. And the drivers are lining up to take the actual green flag, but they still have to get their running orders. All is situated, which is what they're doing right now. Right now, just testing the lobby, getting somewhat up to speed, and seeing how the lobby reacts.
This one
looks alright.
I don't know. I saw a couple of cars kind of.
I think that was on purpose to see if they could glitch the lobby. But they're not backing out. So, everybody's getting lined up.
So as it stands right now, it looks like Parley will lead them back to green with Kari on his outside. Keith will restart third. And Ed will share the outside of row 2 with him. Then K2, Johnny Boy, Shaq and McLovin, as the outside lane looked like they had a bit of a rough restart, as we're back to green.
Here on what is lap 1 of this lobby, there will be no stages. Remember, the stage 2 end will come on lap 33. So there will be a green flag pit stop in the middle. That's the 20 of McLovin and the 19 of Shaq. Way out here in the back. Trying to work their way to the front as the two who have been up front this whole race, the 22. Oh, jeez, and there it goes. Literally everybody.
Kari with a 90-degree shot into the outside barrier. Shaq also with some damage.
Oh, Parley's already in the pits.
Yeah, this one's
And
also
that
a
will
no-go.
do it.
And frustrations from race control are already peeking through. And we are sharing the same sentiment here. As we continue our wait for the new game to come out sometime next year. Word from Kari also agreeing that the lag is really bad right now.
And wondering what they're talking about. They think they're going to try and make it a public lobby instead of a private lobby.
Yeah, usually the trick, and I mean it doesn't always work, but a lot of times the public lobbies seem to run better than the private ones. I mean, you run the risk of some random guys sneaking in, but if you just get rid of them before the clock hits 0, you got a full field of cars and hopefully a fresh lobby that doesn't lag, so...
Yeah.
Get all the clouds, shoot away from the track, and we can finally get some dang racing going again. But yeah, it looks like Shaq Tack is the host of the lobby. Right above 2 Oreos, 1 cup.
What? Wait, 2 Oreos, 1 cup? What?
Yeah, well now they're above it. I just refreshed now that he is hosting a Watkins Glen lobby right now with the 2020 cars.
Ha!
I love looking
Oh,
at
there it is!
I love looking at the lobbies. It's always the ones that are hosting that have the weird names.
Yeah.
So yeah, shout out
Dave
to
not here.
2 Oreos, 1 cup.
Casual Ken.
Yeah, right now it's really just that one. There aren't really any. There aren't really too many weird ones tonight, but.
The Unknown Rebels with like a mix of
well,
capital
I see
and lowercase.
This might throw things off. Word is the 5. I just spoiled it. Damn it. McLovin has allegedly switched cars in the middle of the race.
That's such a McLovin move.
So, ladies and gentlemen, what you're used to seeing driving the number 20 DeWalt Toyota has 4 wins on the year in that car. Is now driving.
No, hold on. They just backed out.
I haven't even loaded in yet.
Yeah, no, they just backed out. MFF Kari. That's the only one left in that lobby.
Keith is rolling. He's going green, and the entire field, except for him, has DNF'd out of this race. Therefore, Keith is the winner, ladies and gentlemen. I tell you, with the Keith's starting spot, he's getting a lot of reps with these restarts. If he can just learn from those, if we do get back going again, because he'll likely restart third again, he might have a good enough car to keep up with the leaders. If he can just hold his line, get through his gears on the restart, he'll be up there with the leaders. I'm watching that 55 car if we get back going green again, which, give us a minute, folks.
doing just fine. Everything's fine.
I blame McLovin. He switched cars. And that threw the whole lobby off.
All right, now he's back in the 20.
Yeah, once again, Shack Attack is the host. Above Rusty Blunt and the Unknown Rebels.
Yeah, see, the Unknown Rebels. Mix of capital and lowercase. Oh, wait, that's a league race they got going on right now. They're doing 35. Yes, Parley, I'm trying.
What is this, take 5, 6?
I think we're on 4. Oh god, I love sometimes just turning up the volume and just listening to the racers talk. Alright, but here we go. Gonna try this one more time. There's always one more time.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are here at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. We are about to go green, and we are going to stay green this time. Oh, right, they got to line back up. Hold on.
Oh my god, dude. I love that I did that. Alright, here comes the proverbial half lap to see if they can hit the glitch spots, if that'll throw everything out of whack. It's usually out of turn 2 that it hits.
I tell you, every time we start a new lobby, the order of cycling through drivers always gets out of whack. And that always throws me off, operating the cameras. Because I'm used to just remembering where people started and knowing where they are in the order of the cameras, so I know who to cycle to, and now that's completely thrown off.
Yeah.
And I'm never going to remember it, too.
No.
So that's cool. Parley, back to the point. Then Kari, Keith, K2, that's a lot of Ks. And back to green. Can it stay that way here at Vegas?
What a jump by the 24 Parley. Everybody just trying to make sure that their car doesn't careen into the outside wall on the start. But we'll see if they can make it down the backstretch, and they do. Oh my, we might be okay. Knock on proverbial wood on that one, but right now it's the 19 and the 20 getting by that 16 of old Johnny Boy. He'll fall to the tail end as the 20 and the 19 look to ride each other's coattails all the way back to the front. Shack Attack right now just on the outside edge of that top 5, sitting in 5th. But here comes the 20 of McLovin, just gently giving him some taps, letting him know he's there and he's not clear.
And now we're back to the inside. Back to a similar situation that we had in stage 1, where the top 2 cars were so fast that they separated from everybody else. Now we're back to the second group. It's much bigger this time, but now it's Keith in the 55 car that is leading the train, and everyone's trying to get behind that Hex.com Ford, that very colorful, vibrant car. And it was Ed that was behind him at first, and it looks like he got out of line. Now, Shack Attack in the 19 is going to get by on the inside lane.
Yeah, had to check up through 3 and 4. And that slowed everyone down behind him, including the 20 of McLovin, and that just allowed Shack Attack to get underneath them and go right on by. Ooh, 20 loose out of 4 and into the wall. McLovin took a ride out of turn 4 that sent him careening into the outside retaining wall. Luckily, not a whole lot of damage, it appears, on that car, and didn't lose a whole ton of speed. That's a 16. Well, Johnny Boy now is starting to move up. He's up 2 spots. Now looking to get racy with the 3 of K2. Had a good run through 3 and 4 and is right now on his bumper.
We might have a change of the guard for 3rd. Shack Attack might feel like he has a faster car than Keith. But he's got to get around him first. Keith's going to give him the inside. Shack to the bottom. They're 2x2 again with K2 following the 55. And then you got Johnny following him. And then you got Ed, though, watching from where he's running right now.
From afar.
But yeah, that... They lost a whole ton of time. This dispute might not be over yet,
just
too.
a class act. 19. Just squeezes ahead. As Kari cuts some grass. Oh, the 3 loose into 1. Oh, and the 77 loose into him.
Oh man, that 77 is on ice skates right now. He is fighting that car. Every time I've seen that 77 try to get off that second turn, he has been fighting that thing left and right. And that was a really good save that time. But it looked like the 3 at K2 just found those bumps, and you see it again. He misses the bottom, but that could have been because he was letting the 77 try to get by. 77 of Ed also might have hit the bumps. You hit those bumps, your car just shoots straight. It ain't turning no more. And you're going to see that with quite a few of these cars. You want to be on that white line, and if you're not, bye-bye. Oh, and bye-bye to Keith, who got loose into Ed, and into the wall he goes.
Man, I was hoping I was going to get to see the 20 of McLovin and the 19 of Shack Attack work together here, but old Johnny Boy wants to be a part of this little train they got building. I thought that the some of the fastest cars on track get working together here, but 3 is better than 2. 3 is not a crowd when it comes to this kind of thing. So we'll see. 19 tries to keep pace with these two. He's starting to lose McLovin and old Johnny Boy.
I'm curious to what exactly draft setting this lobby is under, because races at Las Vegas usually aren't this spread out. Like, even if you don't have that good of a car, you should still be able to kind of keep up. Or maybe the 24 and 22 are just that goated tonight. They got the special sauce. I don't know what they have, but I want a full breakdown on those two cars after the race.
Rip them apart. We're looking under the hood.
Send them to the R&D center. Send them to some forensic scientists. Send them to Area 51. I don't care. Have the FBI look into these cars, because they have been lights out untouchable by the rest of the field.
Right now, he's running. Parley just ran a sub 31 time, a 39.57 that last lap.
And with the state of those tires, that's not bad. Usually these guys would be about in the 31 range right about now.
Still wondering if that 20 might actually close the gap. Doesn't appear that they are.
Yeah, you're kind of stuck on an island. That's kind of the sucky thing about a track like Las Vegas, is it's similar to Daytona and Talladega. You're very much dependent on the drivers you're having to work with. McLovin probably wishes he could just get up there on his own and just let his car kind of do the talking, but if he doesn't have any help, he's not going to be able to do anything. And even with the help that he has, he doesn't seem like he's able to do anything either.
Well, right now, 16 laps completed, which means 17 to go until the proverbial stage 2 ends.
We still have a round of pit stops on the horizon.
Very soon, too, because the 24's light just came on for fuel. And there's the 20 of McLovin, I believe, was signaling to pit. But he shot to the top. 16 of old Johnny Boy had to let off. He was not signaling to pit. His car just shot up the racetrack.
Ed's gonna pit though in the 77, so that'll be his opportunity to short pit. Keith in the 55, who unfortunately with his hiccup, a top 3 run potentially erased away, unless he can fix that damage and try to ride it out to the end of the stage. But that was unfortunate because his car didn't look like he had what it took to lead that group, but he was able to hold his line. He wasn't doing anything wrong. He was doing exactly, with what he had, he did exactly what he needed to do. And unfortunately, everyone else just got impatient around him. And that
And look at this. Everybody's going to come down pit road this time. Nobody stays out. So this could be very interesting to see how this works out. Excuse me, for the 77 of Ed, though, as he is out before the leaders get to him.
And the problem with that is Ed kind of came in on a lone island. Keith came in right behind him, but he was about like a whole 2-3 seconds back, so he's not really going to have any help there.
Oh, Keith's not even off pit road right now. He just came off of the turn 2
Well, yeah,
Ed, though, was entering turn 3.
Yeah, Keith just exited pit road after Ed because they were on pit road at the same time. But they were
here
about...
he comes. He's meeting up with the leaders.
They were about like 3 seconds apart. But Parley, though, what a pit stop by the 24 crew. He is leaving Parley to shame right now. He's leaving him in the dust, and he's looking to get away.
Yeah, Kari's starting to fall back.
And Johnny Boy gets ahead of the 20 of McLovin on this stop. As we look through...
So K2... Actually, it was still the 55. The 55 of Keith was still not... He's still the proverbial loser on that green flag cycle, as he is far away from that 3 of K2.
And if I were to estimate, he probably also had to fix some damage too from that incident earlier, so that also was insult to injury for him.
I mean, might as well get that fixed, so that way when stage 2 ends, you can just come down and take a normal stop and then figure the rest out later. But Ed, though, right now, up 2 spots after that green flag cycle, is right now got the 19 of Shack Attack in his sights. As the 20 was looking to the inside of the 16 of old Johnny Boy for position and could not make it stick and falls back to 4th. Probably thinking he has the car that could potentially get them to the top 2, but he would want to be the one that would be leading that pairing as he peeks to the inside again on the 16.
He was gonna have a run there, but he didn't quite get clear of his bumper. His car was pushing up, and once it got to the bumper of the 16, it stalled out. And now he's in the wall.
That's not what you want to see if you're trying to make a run for the lead.
He really washed up through that run. I think he was trying to get something out of there and just pushed it a little too hard. Probably handled a little tighter than he probably thought it would.
If you're the 16, you don't want to back up because you just gained all that ground. And with
No.
only so few laps left, about 9 to go in the stage.
No. If I'm the 16, I'm just gonna leave him be. Because I don't think either of them were really in sync with each other. They weren't really gonna be able to gain anything. So if I'm the 16, I'm just kind of staying on course, try to get third place stage points, don't let the 20 get back to me and lose a point there.
But I gotta give it to old Johnny Boy. This is one of the better runs we've seen out of him.
He has good speed. He usually has good speed. He's just had a lot of bad luck, and especially last week. He was in a lot of other people's messes last week, and I know he's been getting faster. He showed it last season. He was getting podium finishes with some really competitive fields. Like, we had the Showtime guys, we had Elvin, we had Parley, like all the fast guys that we had last season. Field Filler, our champion, Black Cross. Johnny Boy was up there with those guys, and he was beating them like midway through last year. Like, he was starting to find his rhythm again. So he's got the speed, he's just got to have some luck on his side. Recently, he hasn't really had that.
Oh, he's definitely showing it off now. As not only is he in third, but he's keeping his distance from one of the more dominant cars of the season in that 20 McLovin. As we now come to 5 to go left in stage 1.
Well,
Parley still your commanding
Ari,
leader.
Though. Look at the time gained.
Yep, he's really caught the draft of that 24.
He has
now
emerged.
We'll see if that, we'll see if that 22 car has anything for him, though. Parley, very hard guy to pass, kind of like a Ryan Newman type.
That 22 has emerged, his face from the dust that Parley supposedly left him behind. But he's completely zoned in on that 24 like a heat-seeking missile. He is closing in on him now.
Right now we're coming to 3 to go. He's got 3 laps now that he is about a car length away. And don't look now, but the 20 is closed into the 16 as well. So McLovin back to the bumper of old Johnny Boy. The gap staying about the same between Kari and Parley. We're now going to come around 2 to go left here in stage number 2. Kari going to wait to that last lap. He wants to be right on his bumper. Once he hits the final lap in stage 2, he's going to take his shot and hopefully make it stick. Because right now he just wants to get as close as he can for this time across the line to take the white flag. One to go. Stage number 1, the 20 of McLovin. Took a look to the inside of the 16, unable to do it. We go back to the lead. The 24, scrapes the wall. That allows the run from the 22. He's going to peek to the outside. Will they be side by side? It does not look like the 22 will have the run he wants. But he will try the crossover move.
He might.
He might. It does not. 24 Parley, your winner in stage 2. Kari gave him a fight at the end, but came up half a car length short. Only got to the door. But he wanted so much more. And the 16 looks like he held on to third over that 20 of McLovin. And a lot of guys needing a good points day, especially that 16 of old Johnny Boy. I didn't get a good look at where he was in the point standings, I believe. Yeah, Johnny right now is sitting well out, only with 153 points this season so far.
And he's another guy that started his season much later than everybody else.
About the same time Parley did, only has 3 starts this season. But all the drivers will get lined up, get all bunched up together, pretend like they like each other. The pit road will open this
time. Sing Kumbaya.
Pit road will open this time, and we'll see everybody come down. The question is, how much shake-up in the lineup will we see? We saw a bunch after stage 1 that put Keith all the way from the back of the field all the way to 3rd. Oh my god, dude, I was doing a New Hampshire race, and I'm like, alright, let me do that full camera look on pit road, and I'm like, oh, they just had me looking at the grandstands. That's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, like, what an angle to watch green flag pit stops under. Or a manual caution pit stop under. So cool. But here we can actually see the cars.
I got Parley on the rear chase camera shot, and anytime that they pull into their pit stalls, the camera just goes completely spastic, like it's just shaking. Like they're not moving. Why is it doing that?
No shakeup though. Everybody pretty much stayed where they were.
This deck of cards has not been reshuffled yet. Looks like
We'll see what happens on the restart, because we know these manual greens really lead to a bit of havoc.
Parley
Only
in chat
actual
seems pretty
NASCAR
thrilled right now.
cautions. If only NASCAR cautions actually lasted this long.
Oh, NASCAR will find a way to drag him out, don't worry.
Nope, debris. Throw the yellow back out. But nope, we're going back to green. Parley leads them through, and actually everybody had a really good restart. Kari stays with them. No big jumbles. That was actually a really good manual restart. As Parley, though, breaks back out to the lead. And the 19 trying to find a way by the 16. Tried to stick his nose underneath there to get himself back up there with the top 4. But now the 20 of McLovin finds himself with the 22 and the 24. Zed, though, up there on the high side. The lone man up there is Keith. Also up there at the back of that train. And look at this, McLovin showing inside. Kari with the block. And look at this, the 16 of old Johnny Boy is there, and the 19 of Shack Attack has gotten around. Or no, he hasn't gotten around. He's just, everybody's finally just spread out a little bit.
I think the guys have been trying to break free from the nest, have finally broken free, and now they can breathe.
Yeah, it's Shack Attack just trying to stay with the top 4 here and try and make a race out of this final stage. As we have 29 laps to go as they run. 19 keeping a healthy distance, but you know he'd want to be a little bit closer than he is. About a car length away from the 16 who runs 4th. Oh, look at this, McLovin. Look into the inside of Kari. They're side by side. The 16 elects to go with the 20. And this might bring the 19 of Shack Attack into the fray as the 20 and the 22 make slight contact out of 4. And it does. 19 of Shack Attack is now with this group. He is all over the bumper of the 22 of Kari. So now a 5-car train out here for the front.
I think McLovin decided to take matters into his own hands. He saw the 24 and 22 were together for too long. He decided to split up that marriage. Said, "All right, you two have been together for too long. It's my turn."
Yeah, you know McLovin is one to keep that 20 as close to the front as possible.
And I said this at the end of last week's race. Never count him out.
Right now, everybody looking to just stay single file. Keep themselves out of trouble. I've already seen cars go airborne as the 16 missed the bottom a little bit through 1 and 2, but he will fall back in line.
That's the most uncomfortable spot to be in if you're in a pack, is dead center. Cars in front of you, cars behind. You're the one that's keeping it all together.
Have you ever found yourself stuck in that situation?
Yes, and I hated it every time. I would rather be in front or behind. I don't want to be in the middle. Maybe second car, like where McLovin is right now, that'd be a good spot to be in. But if I'm like right dead center, like I don't know, I'm worrying about checking up for the cars in front of me. I'm worried about whoever's in my mirror giving me a shot in the ass, sending me up the track. And these guys, I'll tell you, they'd be better. They can handle it better than I would. That's for sure. Like they're showing it right now.
Oh yeah, that's why I don't race, because I wouldn't handle it at all.
That
right
was
now,
perfect
position
for,
swapping back here.
That was perfect for Shack Attack, though.
Yeah, it allowed him to get back into the mix, because he was not falling off, but he wasn't gaining any time. Ooh, the 20 lose through 1 and 2. He collects it and stays with the 24. Right now, we are closing in on 20 laps to go. 21 to go this time by. As nobody wants to get ready to see, because you make one mistake and we'll have what we had in stage 1. Those big spacing between groups. These guys want to keep it close together. But I have a feeling, though, if it's like this after that green flag pit stop that we're inevitably going to see, this might be a whole lot different. This might be a whole different story.
I'll be very impressed if they can keep it this close after the pit stop, because that's usually when things get the most spread out. Because everyone's on different plans, everyone enters pit road differently. You always get at least one guy that potentially gets a penalty.
Yep.
And these guys are hoping to not be that guy.
Right now, I love seeing the difference between like race 1 with drivers and like how they are after a couple of starts. Like Parley's first start, which granted it was at Martinsville, but damn, he couldn't keep that car off the wall. Like every lap, once the tires got cold, like tires got worn, it was like wall. But he's actually been doing a really good job of just keeping that car out front, and really hoping he doesn't get the luck that he had last week. Because Parley had a car that could have and to some should have won at New Hampshire, but it just did not play out that way. So we'll have to wait and see if that 24 can seal the deal here at Las Vegas.
Right now, everyone's just practicing their poker face. Don't want to show your hand too early. I know I'm making a lot of Vegas analogies tonight. I'm getting ahead of myself here, but can't help it. This is literally the moment of the race where all the chips are on the table. It's go time.
You got your strategy, and it's time to stick to it. And we should be seeing them come down the next lap or two. Now, will we see guys short pit in this front five? Will they all come down together, or will some guys try to extend the line? Parley gonna be the only, oh, Kari too, gonna be the only ones who signal to pit. The other three will stay out. The two bestest of buddies all day come down together, along with the 55 and 77 who just makes the dang commitment line.
Oh, there was a lot of commitment there. That's for sure. I just saw it in the back of frame. That was almost disastrous for both of them. But the 24, being the car that led the most, he was burning the most fuel. He had no choice but to pit earlier. While these guys had the luxury of stretching it. The 19, the 16. Door to door.
Man!
That's a close
what
call.
What an entry by the 20. Holy, he shot it high.
24 and 22 come out at the same time. That were
what?
16 missed.
Down pit
he
road.
Missed pit road.
No way.
He's got to come back around.
I was gonna say, why is he going 100?
He missed the commitment box, and when you do that, the game doesn't register that you're on pit road.
Oh no! So it's a pitting penalty in a way.
Yeah.
Oh no! And just from the guy who we were talking real good about too. Well, here comes the 20 and the 19. They make their way off of pit road as the 24 and the 22 make their way through 1 and 2, and that'll put the 20 out front.
Not for long. Here comes the 24.
He does have a heavy run as they run through 3 and 4. And he is all over the 20's bumper. As the 16 right now is a race leader, but that will change right about now. Now the 20 is the actual race leader. Tough break for the number 16.
Now McLovin's got that 1 lap extra on those tires. So that gives him a little bit of a safety net. Parley, surprisingly, didn't take the run when he had it, but now he's going to form another one on the outside. I mean, he has to. The 20 car has to be the car I'm worrying about right now. They're door to door now. You can fit a piece of paper between the two. McLovin with a nose ahead. The 24, he's going to have some backup from the 22 Akari. He's going to run the middle lane. Don't let the 20 car... He lets him clear him there. But now he's going to go to the inside this time, but the 20 has that covered as well.
Oh my gosh. All right, it's a 3-car showdown for the win.
For 10 to go.
This is going to be crazy. McLovin, who's been probably the most favorite to make the championship four at the end. Parley, who is another one that even before this season started, everyone pegged to make the four. 22 of Kari, who everyone pegs to make the final four. All in line here to try and steal a win from each other. But right now it is the 20 with 8 to go. Looking to just hold pace right now. It's the 19 of Shack Attack way in the back there. Just has to watch on. Oh, the 24 going to shoot the 20 up the track. The 22 going to go with him.
That was a
Gave
last
him the bump
second
into 3.
move.
And that'll drop the 24 potentially down to 3rd.
Parley wasn't able to get McLovin in the middle lane. He just kept getting cleared. So he tried just trying to take his line from him, expecting it, and it hurt them both.
This time around will be 6 laps to go, and now the 22 and the 24 just have to work together to get back to the bumper of the 20.
Parley using up all the track, getting up against the wall to get the widest arc into turn 1. He's gonna have another run set up.
Yep, they're all 3 back together again. 5 to go.
And he gets stuck in the wake of the slipstream in the middle of the turn. His car gets tight when it does that. And with McLovin having the fresher tires, Parley's not able to do what he wants to do with that car. He's been able to, gosh, I haven't been able to talk tonight. He's been used to having that car in clean air all night long, and now is probably the first time all night it's been in dirty air. And now he's learning at the most critical point in the race how that car is handling with another car in front of it and what to do with it. Inside again.
Oh, he's gonna take a peek!
20 tried to
He's
chop him.
there!
It's too late. Too late, though. He has to give way.
4 to go. And the 24 is going to have the help. The 22 Kari is going to go with Parley. And that'll drop McLovin potentially back to 3rd. Oh, and they make contact through 4. Oh, hard contact between the 20 and the 22. McLovin through the grass and onto pit road.
Ooh.
Hard contact with the inside retaining wall. Loose out of 4 makes contact with the 22, and that will effectively end his day. The battle now between the 2 who have been up front this whole time. Parley and Kari. However, is the lead too great? 2 laps to go. The 22 is reeling him in. He might have enough time to try and make a run late into the white flag lap. There's a slow car up ahead. That's the
McLovin.
20.
I'm telling you, he's not
McLovin.
happy.
Oh, he's definitely not.
Oh, he's letting him go.
Oh, the 24 into the wall. That's going to let the 22. He is there. The fight for the lead. 1 to go. Does Kari have anything for him? His car can't hold the bottom. That's going to be a heavy struggle. That'll lead the benefit to the 24 Parley. How will they get through this corner? Parley has been the dominant car all race long, and he will be able to hold off the hard-charging 22 and take the win at Las Vegas. And Kari will come home second. Shack Attack squeaks into the podium. Keith with a top 5. K2 with a top 5. Very good point stays for both of those drivers. And an unfortunate end to the race for the 20 of McLovin. Had a shot at it and was taken away with 3 to go.
Yeah, I am very curious what happened between him and the 22. I don't think either of them really did anything wrong. I think they were just kind of running different lines. The 20 might have got loose on the high side, and the 20 was just moving up, running his line. Like, I don't think he was trying to run him up or anything. I don't know what the feeling is between those two drivers right now, but from the looks of it, it looked like a racing deal to me, but a racing deal that took the 20 out of contention for the win, and unfortunately for him, the drive for 5 will wait another week. So, yeah, I am very curious to what their perspectives are going to be on that. Again, I didn't think it was that big, but I mean, going for a win, and everything just kind of crashed and burned there, and Parley walks away with the check.
He does.
He takes all his winnings and laughing all the way to the bank.
Here.
Yeah. And let's go ahead and get going. I think I'll go ahead and start with Shack Attack here.
Hello.
Hi. So, with McLovin's sudden mishap, has you inherit 3rd place yet again. So, welcome.
Hi. Yep.
Welcome back to the booth. Just walk me. It looked like you were kind of stuck in the hornet's nest the first 2 stages. It took you until the last stage to finally kind of break free from that and get yourself in position to where you could contend. Just walk me through your race.
Terrible, terrible, and terrible. I mean, there's no other word to describe it. I don't deserve to be here, but I guess when you talk big talk in an interview last week and you're just kind of running in Parley's shadow the entire race, but whatever, it is what it is. You gotta do what you gotta do to take 2nd place, I guess.
Alright, well, I mean, sometimes luck has its ways, sometimes... I don't know, I didn't prepare for this, so... I mean, a little bit of luck there, you gained a spot. Another 3rd place, I know you're probably getting tired of finishing 3rd place, so...
Oh, I love finishing 3rd place. Love it.
You didn't say that last time I asked you about it. But hey, I mean, again, nothing wrong with that. 3rd's good. Exactly.
There always has to be a Sheldon Creed.
Listen, at the end of the day, I don't care. Like, people can say what they want about me after this interview or during their interview. I'm leading the points, and I have yet to win a race. But I'm not here to follow in somebody's shadow the entire race either. Like, if I'm going to talk big talk, I'm going to make sure I follow it up the next week. But it is what it is.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's about all I got. Wallbridge, you got anything for him?
No, I'm good.
Yeah, so that'll be it. Shack Attack, our 3rd place.
Thanks.
You're welcome. You're very welcome. Anytime. So yeah, Shack Attack, our 3rd place finisher. Wallbridge, you can talk to Kari.
Alright, Kari, you got your ears on?
Yes, sir.
Alright, buddy, you had a pretty consistent race. You were right there with Parley the whole time, able to contend for the lead in multiple occasions, and inevitably, at the end of that one, walk me through the race. How good was this 22?
I mean, it wasn't bad. We had a great car, but I tried to keep up with Parley. I tried to make a pass for the lead, but I don't know. And I just couldn't get past him. I tried to get him on the restarts, but he had a great jump off the start, and so I just had to settle for second. And third stage, I didn't mean for my car got a little tight, so me and McLovin made a little bit of contact, which made him hit the wall, and I didn't mean for that to happen. And also, when you don't have a car that can compete and run in the top two, you can't say anything because mainly the 19 was just in there for the draft. If it wasn't for the draft, he would be nowhere right now. And plus, he had a garbage pit crew. And if me and McLovin would have never made contact, he would have been up here. I'm sorry that happened to him, but I really just, yeah, I don't like that man. So I'm talking about Shackett. So I'm just putting it out there right now. So if he has any hate,
I
Alright,
haven't liked you
so
since day one.
hey, man, I said nothing while you was talking. So shut up and let me get my interview.
ladies and
done and
gentlemen,
over with.
welcome to the
You
Jerry
don't need to
Springer
shut up.
Show. I am your host.
Well, was there anything though setup wise that you feel like you probably could have done with that car to put it at the same level that Parley was at, or was it just Parley just had the car today?
Well, after the first pit stop, he gained a little bit of time on me, but I made it back. But every time I caught him, I just couldn't get up to his bumper and make a pass. I don't know what that was about. So maybe I was thinking, like, make my car looser a little bit in the middle and exit of the turn. I maybe would have had a chance to compete for the win.
Well, congratulations on the second place win or second place finish. And we look forward to seeing you fighting for the win next week.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
And that'll leave Timmy with the race winner of Parley.
Hey, Parley.
Hey, Timmy.
Hi.
Hi.
Took care of business tonight.
I did.
What's in that car?
What a way to say it.
Let's cut to the bullshit. What's in that car?
I got a little juice in there. A little NOS. That's all it takes. You know? Went in there.
But in all seriousness, though, it's another week in a row where you're able to sweep the stages, but this week you were actually able to get the job done. How satisfying does that feel after last week?
It feels pretty good. Last week I was disappointed that I didn't end up getting the race win, but I mean that's just gonna happen. I don't like really. I feel like I didn't send it, but that's not usually my racing style. But I mean, it was for the win. I wanted to get one, and there was just enough of an opening where I knew I could just kind of get in there. And unfortunately, it should have been a three-car battle for the win. McLovin kind of got the worst end of it, but I mean, that's just. Fortunately, somebody's going to get the bad end of the stick. He got it really bad one lap down. I mean, last week I was kind of in that seat, but I ended up getting a podium, so not really on the same spot there. But I feel good that I got the one. I felt like it deserved it, and nice to get another W under the belt and ready to go again for next week.
All right, there we got it, and I think that'll be it. Where are we racing next week? I already forgot.
Where are we? Ed and I made this damn schedule. We don't even know where we are until like 2 days before. Like,
You did make the schedule.
I did make the schedule.
Tell you, when I used to run
Timmy
the
just is the
website,
one who hasn't updated the website.
oh, I haven't logged into that sucker in over a month.
That's weird.
But when
We got.
I used to have that. I used to have the schedule like memorized. last year. Now I don't even. I'm constantly checking it.
We got Pocono,
Pocono.
Trick Triangle, and then we got Talladega, and then his playoffs.
All right.
How many subscribers we got in this channel? Gotta be close to 200.
We are at
191.
like flipping 9 away, yo.
9 away. Just do it. What Shia LaBeouf say? I don't even know if any of you guys are.
Just do it.
Yeah,
What are we doing?
do it. You just subscribe it.
Oh, yeah.
That's what.
Or he'll show up at your
Just-
door
Yeah,
or something. I don't know.
I will find you.
I think that'll be it, though, unless anyone has any final words. And please be nice. I don't want to get in trouble. I don't want to get anyone in trouble. I think
Save it for the track.
I think that's it, though.
Yeah.
I gotta head out here in a minute. So, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Phantom Racing Series here at Las Vegas. Tune in next week, Saturday at 9 o'clock Eastern Time, for action at Pocono. So yeah, once again, that's Saturday night. Make sure to tune in for that. And ladies and gentlemen, we are out.